Morning. Today is the day. Today is the day that our new bean planter gets here, so you guys will see it here directly. So after a meeting-filled morning, just talked to the truck driver that's delivering the planter. He said it'd be here in about 1 hour, so we're going to load up the fertilizer spreader for tomorrow. We've been spreading in the mornings while it's still frozen. Dad finished all the wheat ground this morning. We're gonna start spreading some bean ground. So we're spreading potash on some beans. Try to make a little bit more room in this barn, try to get some of the stuff that's in here out and onto the field where it goes. While it's frozen, we can do that, so we're gonna do it. Unfortunately, every morning it gets just warm enough to thaw out this week. So like right now it's 40 degrees and sunny, so the fields are kind of sloppy. But for a couple hours in the morning you can run. Alright, I think we're loaded for tomorrow. Put this thing back up. Yep, she's full. So that should do quite a bit. Like I said, this is potash. Potash is, this is going on our bean ground. We will still put some maz on beans, but not as much. Potash is much more critical for bean production. And we can put that on now. We're only gonna put on our up ground in case we would happen to get a flood on the river. But we can get that done. One less thing we'll have to do this spring. Hey, Squishy. How is the cat house, buddy? I see your girlfriend's in there. She let you in? Eh? He's like, heck with the cat house. Let me in the big house. Come on. You coming? Maybe you ought to let the air out, jack the jack down, and put the suspension back. So much easier now. Last unhook from that thing. I'd tell you I'm sad, but I'd be lying. Yeah, one of them's smart enough to figure out where the heat is. Not near as long folded up. Pretty compact, just kind of tall. I'm so sad. Nah, I'm lying. At least I think I'm lying. I guess we'll know more about that situation in about a year or 6 months. So here it is. That's what we're gonna plant beans with next year. So this isn't a planter. This is an air seeder or an air drill or a seeder or whatever you want to call it. We're going seeding next year. We ain't planting. So I can be like all the guys in the Northwest, I guess. But this is a Horsch Avatar 40-foot air seeder. So if you see here, 40 feet, 10-inch spacing. We got this from Paul Martin and Sons in Napoleon. So Napoleon's in the northwest corner of Ohio. At least I think it is. I've never been there. And we are south central Ohio, so it is a bit of a haul. That guy left at 8 o'clock this morning, got here at 2, but he had to go slow, pulling at 30 miles an hour. But it is about a, 3.5 hour drive, so it's a ways. They're fairly simple units, and we are going to have some spare parts on hand. And then anything else can be overnighted, so I don't think that's going to be a huge issue. So far, Paul Martin and Sons have been pretty good to work for, or work with. Now this thing was supposed to get here in October. We were really hoping to do our wheat with it and our cover crops, but I can't really hold that against them. I mean, I don't know if you've tried to buy much of anything. Like, go order a pickup truck and see how long that takes you. Nothing is on time due to, the Rona. At least that's what everyone says. And inflation, and basically everything stemming from the Rona. But here it is. I don't have it hooked up. I don't even know how to unfold it yet, or otherwise I'd unfold it. They are going to come down and give us a walkthrough and help us get started when we get closer to planting season. But for now, we're probably just going to park this thing in the drive-through. It's pretty tall. This is the only 40-foot air seeder that we could get that was under 14 feet tall. This one's 13.4, 13.3, something like that. So it's tall. It's narrow though. I do like that. Most of the other air seeders you see, they are 15, 17, 18 foot wide. This one's the same width as a tractor. So I really like how it folds up. There's a lot of things I like about this design. And it's very clean looking, simple. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll definitely find things we like and dislike about it as we use it. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. One thing I'm really excited for is the 170, I think, unit seed hopper. That's a lot of beans. So that's about 170 acres I can plant on a fill up. So it's a lot. I don't know that we'll fill it up all the time, but it's going to be, we can really, it's going to be nice. I'm going to like that quite a bit. One other thing we can do, like if we were going to plant wheat with it, we were going to fill one hopper with wheat, one hopper with fertilizer, and put fertilizer in the furrow with our wheat. We weren't able to do that obviously this year, but has that ability as well. Yeah, pretty good brand, I think. They look like they're built very heavy. Horsch is just not really caught on much as far as their planting stuff in the United States yet. I like the way their corn planter looks. Dad and I seen the first Horsch corn planter we'd ever seen clear back in, I think it was the first year they started making them in the United States. I think, what's it called, like a Maestro or something like that? I can't remember what they call their corn planter, but it's the first electric drive corn planter we had ever seen, and it just seemed very simple, very clean. I mean, it's not a lot of stuff, not a lot of wires, and that really stood out to Dad. He has liked them ever since, wanted to be around one ever since. And when we decided to replace that that bean planter, we also auctioned off our Great Plains drill that we put wheat in the ground with. It was getting pretty tired, and that's kind of how we ended up here. We wanted something that we could do both with, beans and wheat, pretty accurate. I don't really like 15-inch wheat. From what I've seen of it, there seems to be a little bit of a yield drag, and 10-inch kind of seems like a good happy medium. So that's where we're at, that's what we're doing. Now I do have some footage. We went to a Horsch demo day or something like that. I can't remember what it was called. Put on by Paul Martin in Northern Ohio over the summer, and I lost all the audio to that video. Otherwise you'd have had all that back in July, but I do have some footage of this thing folding and unfolding so you can see what it looks like on the ground. So we'll put that in here. All right, now you've seen how this works, I'm gonna put it back in the barn. It is cold, it is windy, And we've got to go get festive tonight for some Christmas activities. So thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, and we'll see you in the next one.